I'm Johnny.
And I'm Tim.
And this is Badfish Garage. And today we're switching gears a little bit to work on my 1963 Plymouth Valiant. And it needs a lot of things. But it especially needs a bath. So we're going to do that first to make it a little easier to work on. So this is my 1963 Plymouth Valiant. And how this came about was it was supposed to be my first car. My dad bought it for me and actually had a really sweet way of showing it to me, although it didn't come to pass. He had made a poster board and entered it into a show and was going to bring me to the show, and then it said proudly owned by my name at the bottom, and then he was going to present it to me and give me the keys there. However, that didn't happen. I got introduced to it later on in another story. But what had happened was the previous owner had done a V8 swap on this thing. And kudos to him for trying. He was trying to do a lot of good things, but there was a couple of things that did not do so well. Some good things to note. It's got this cool police light on it. I always thought this was cool, and I want to get this wired up to where it's working. Again, I should hope it will work. The seats and interior, you want to get in here. It's all ragged right now, but the interior was clean at one point, and the guy did a really good job of fashioning. I think he got the driveline out of a 77 Volare or something like that, and put all that in there, and then redid the seats, redid the carpeting and stuff, and everything was great on it at one point. But some of the flaws that are in it are we'll get into some of the flaws when we actually start doing the work on it. First of all, it's been sitting in a barn for eons and eons, so it needs to be cleaned up. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this thing on rollers and roll it outside, and we've got pressure washer. We'll get this thing cleaned up on the exterior, and then we'll focus on the interior. Okay, so we were going to take it outside and pressure wash it, but I don't know how we're going to get it back inside with that hump on there. We're going to have to rig something up at a later date. So we're going to instead start on the interior so we don't have to push it outside right now. Ew. After a little vacuuming, it's getting a little bit better. Oh, these carpets are still horrid. I almost want to just throw it away and start again. Okay, and here's the seats. They cleaned up okay. They're a lot better than what they were, but I've got a sticky, hard, rubbery substance on it that I just can't seem to get off. Might try some other cleaners, maybe a little kerosene or something might do it. This one cleaned up good. Really good. And then the back seat cleaned up a lot better too. So we're going to wrap it up for tonight, and then we'll come back later and get the outside clean. So we're back. It's a week later, and it's cold outside. So instead of pressure washing it, we're going to start pulling the engine.
Yep. Bit by bit, we're going to get it out, and that way we can get the new heart in it.
Yep. Now this is my first engine pull. He's pulled an engine before, so we're going to move slow on this. I'm not quite sure what to do yet, but there's YouTube.
We'll get there. A picture before we vacuum it out,
or no, I'm recording. So this was unfortunately left without an intake on it.
and thought I had it covered. Didn't. Things got in here and nestled, and so this engine has to be rebuilt. It had to be rebuilt anyway. It was having overheating problems and seemed to not really flow coolant very well through it, so it needed to be taken out anyway. We're going to replace this with the 273 that is in that Barracuda right there with my trick intake on it. So let's vacuum. Yeah.
Belt's in good condition. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess if I tear those, it's not that big a deal.
Nah, it's not.
Try not to do that if I can avoid it. But they are still going pretty good. I'll just rip the whole engine out by the
Yeah, right?
Desperate times call for sharp measures.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like this thing's been on here since the 60s or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so if you can't get a hose like this, my grandfather did teach me a way to do it.
Yeah?
Yeah. You have gasoline in a match. Light the whole thing up. You won't have to worry about the hose anymore.
Oh, God. Last resort. Last resort.
Did you hear my shoulder pop?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Hose means business.
Got it.
Oh. I did.
How's that feel getting that?
Well, you ever completed a 5K? Maybe I shouldn't have left the last bolt, or the bottom bolt for last. The last bolt for last.
Yeah. Well.
All right. Bolts that we're pulling out anyway.
Yeah, so we know.
All right. I wish I had thought of this before we went to the store. Do you have Ziploc bags?
Yeah,
or-
I got some Ziploc bags and
Okay,
stuff. I'll
some
go
sort
grab
of
some.
magnet stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
Ziploc bags will work. And that's all 4 bolts. Out. Come on now. Well, I suppose this is what you were talking about the shroud.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to undo the shroud and pull the fan and the shroud out at the same time.
That's a bummer. I really thought I could get it without. That's what I was trying for. I had planned to actually have this thing up by the time you got back, and you were like, "Oh, the fan's out." That's what I was going for. Didn't quite make it at the time.
Yeah.
Trying not to crush this radiator too bad. We might need to reuse it for something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I tried.
Yep. Okay, so to get the fan shroud out, I have to deal with this mess that was put on there. This was really home built. I don't want to knock the guy too hard because, you know, he tried something really cool. But there's, if it gets it done. However, I'm going to take this opportunity since we're under here to kind of show you what we're talking about with some substantial problems. So if you look at this K-member right here, this thing has been, I'm trying to find a spot. Things have been booger welded to this K-member, and I don't know for what reason why. So we're going to uncover that. See, here's some right there too. Booger welds everywhere, and I don't know the reason why. So we're going to get the engine out and actually look at it and see what he did to the top of this K-member. See, right there. All these just booger welds everywhere.
Didn't have nothing to work with, you know, no tools, no...
So we're having lower radiator hose problems. This thing is sealed solid. Oh, getting a little movement.
Let's see. Yeah, you can feel where it's stuck right there.
Yeah.
Come on now. Yowza. Trying to get this bolt out of this side. No, there's one on the other side too. Yeah, I was gonna attempt to get that one. Yeah, it's tucked behind the flux capacitor and the firewall, so.
Got it.
Yeah, and for those out there, I do realize the firewall is over here, and this is just a core support for the radiator.
Gotta make people aware we know that.
Yeah. You want me to get it, Johnny? I figured I'd get that side.
Yeah.
All right, bud.
This side?
Yeah, right down there. Down there. There we go. There it is. All right, now I need you to hand me what they used to call my girlfriend La Racheta.
Let's see.
All right. And away we go. Yep. So I figure by 2026 I should have this out.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a reasonable time. Oh,
Yep.
it's coming.
I was gonna say, you know, it's working right whenever the whole thing you're trying to take apart comes apart.
Yeah.
Oops.
Did you drop something?
No, I just dropped the. Ouch. Ooh, knuckles across the radiator.
Ouch.
Ooh, look at all those cobwebs I'm picking up.
Yeah. Spinning.
All right. We'll pull that out. Looks like a haunted house in there.
Yeah. Yuck.
All right. So then from here. Hey, stop telling me what to do. Okay. Really? Okay.
Radiator is out. So We've only got a few more things to kind of disconnect and get out of the way and stuff, so we'll keep going. All right, so we tested out pushing the car on the rollers, and it seemed like it was easy enough. So we decided to go on ahead and push it out here and get it washed and everything, and then make it a little easier to, you know, work around and then push it back in. So if we can't push it over the hump, then Tim's S10 is small enough to fit in there to pull it back in and still get out. So.
Oh yeah, I brought the workhorse in case we needed it.
So let's get going. Alright, so I got most of that green mossy stuff that was on here off. It looks a lot better now. Actually looks like a decent fender. It's not like there's any Bondo on this thing. Yeah, no Bondo at all. Not like the tail lights are held in by Bondo. Nope, not at all. Good news, we got it back in. It's a little slanted because we lost 2 casters on the way, but
Those casters were jerks.
at least this side rolls. That's going to do it for part 1. Tune in next time when we dive deeper in and do more to get this engine out. Like and subscribe if you like the content, and leave some comments below. We really appreciate hearing from you guys. Also, we really appreciate all of you out there who have come aboard and have seen everything that we're doing and like the content and stuff. We really love all our followers. So take care, and we'll see you next time.